Welcome to Nutritious Meal version 0.593. I'm sure it makes sense. That message wasn't really about a birthday at all, was it? Well, today is also about things. For sure. I promise you. There will be things.
I really want to go traveling. I don't mind where we go, as long as I have my friends with me.
Well, I also don't know where we are gonna go. The big event for this version of the game has started, and I don't really know at all what it will be about. So we'll figure that out together. Where waves meet the reef. A commission from the Curatorium of Secrets. Read the letter. Out of blue, you receive a letter from the Curatorium of Secrets. Nefer seems to have a commission that only you can handle. So it seems. Maybe the letter was written by a cat. It's been a while, great hero of Tevat. You've traveled far and wide, met countless prominent figures, and big shots of the world. Big shots. And as we both know, that breadth of experience is one of few can hope to match. In fact, I have a business matter that I believe you are uniquely suited to handle. You will, of course, be generously compensated. While Navia is making sounds. If you are so inclined, head to the Curatorium of Secrets at your earliest convenience, and we can talk details. Sure.
It is from Nefer. She sure dialed up the charm, huh? Sounds like the payout could be huge, though. Let's head to the Curatorium and check it out.
It's only a few steps that way. Oral nutrients are waiting. Boy, am I glad they are not any other kind. Also, I'm glad we are back to voice acting, because those last two streams were a lot of unvoiced text.
Ah, you got here even earlier than I expected. That should give us just enough time to go over some details before the opening ceremony.
So, what did you need us to do? Opening ceremony for what?
How about a cup of tea first? I'm sure it was a long trip. Now tell me, Traveler in Paimon, have you heard of the Nodcry Trade Expo?
No. And it doesn't sound super exciting.
Nope.
A long time ago, back before Nasha Town even had that name, this place was essentially one giant black market.
And now it is one giant black market.
With no administrative oversight, trade that was prohibited elsewhere was fair game here. So this place began to attract business from all over Tevat. Over time, more and more people settled here, and what was once a black market became what is now Nasha Town. The spirit of free trade has been a local staple ever since. Hence, the Nodcry Trade Expo was born.
So, is it like a business convention?
In a sense. It's an annual tradition once the shipping routes open up. The expo offers a chance to trade without restrictions. In other words, It's the biggest legal black market in all of Teyvat.
So just as I said, it's still a black market. So, is that why you asked me to come?
Yes. The Voynich Guild is organizing the event, and that comes with a lot of responsibilities. Normally I would let Yehoda handle most of the work, but this year, it might prove too much for her to manage on her own.
I believe you might be correct.
Something tells me we'll have a lot of big names in attendance this time. Working with VIP clients takes someone with the right experience and connections. Hence why I think Yehoda might need a helping hand.
Oh, so that's where the Traveler comes in.
Exactly. I was hoping you could help her with participant coordination.
It's nice of you to look out for Yehoda.
I don't know if I'd put it quite like that. I'm just interested in playing to people's strengths. In addition, I think you'll find the compensation to be quite to your satisfaction. So, are you in?
Sure. But what's the catch?
Good instincts.
Also, what's the reward?
I do have one special request, as the one offering this commission. In principle, the Nodcry Trade Expo is a platform for commerce with no restrictions. That said, the Guild does have one line that is not to be crossed. I'll need you to help make sure all participants are clear on this unspoken rule. As long as everyone complies, the expo should go off without a hitch.
So someone will step over that line and things will not go off without a hitch? What's the unspoken rule? Not selling cats. Sure. We can go along with that.
No violence at the expo.
Oh yeah, no.
The Guild has pledged to ensure the safety of all sellers and buyers in attendance.
Sorry, but no can do. Violence is always the first thing we come to.
Violence? Whoa! That wasn't even on Paimon's radar! Just because it's legal doesn't change the fact that this is still a black market, huh?
If that line is crossed, the event will descend into chaos.
Understood. Comment chaos.
Of course, mediating such situations might prove complicated. So if you ever want my judgment on the matter, just come find me.
So if someone wants to get violent, we need an alternative. Like rock, paper, scissors.
The expo is being held on the shoreline to the southeast of Nashatown. Yehoda is working on setting up the booths as we speak. She'll be able to provide details on the participants as well. All right. I suppose I'll leave you to it then.
Only fiddles, no violins. Yeah, violins is not allowed.
Yep, we got this!
Do we got this, Paimon? I guess we'll have to got this.
If you find yourself in a tricky situation, just come find me.
I'll remember that. Oh no, I'm in a tricky situation. I'm stuck. Who do we have?
This is where Nefer said the expo should be.
Let me think. Yeah! Let's go with this. We can't keep changing the setup.
Just Yehoda we've got.
Where are the goods being stored? You still haven't told us.
And what's the guild's cut on transactions this year?
Sorry, one question at a time, please.
Also, one very tall lady.
Oh, I should have just stopped the cat wrangling.
No, no cat wrangling.
Hey, Yehuda!
Traveler, Paimon. Sorry, I've got kind of a line here.
Don't worry. We're not here to pile more work on you.
Never ask us to help you out.
Really? Boss Neff, you absolute lifesaver. I'm seriously drowning over here. Oh, you two are doing me a huge favor.
Never asked us to handle participant coordination. So, how can we help?
Let me think. Oh, right. There are still 3 participants that haven't checked in. At least I think it was 3. Ugh, come on, Yehuda. Get a grip. I'm not forgetting anything. Am I?
Looks like Yehuda's doing her freaking out face again.
One of so many faces. Don't panic, we're on your team.
Sorry. There's just so much to keep track of.
Let's start with the basics then. What does participant coordination involve? Exactly.
It's things like registering all the participants, verifying their goods, showing them to their booths. Oh, and if any disputes break out between them, it's your job to mediate.
Got it!
We're still waiting on the sellers for these last 3 booths. One's reserved for Aino, but as for the other 2...
Are these booths perhaps for our mini-games?
They're both big deal clients from abroad. The kind of people we really don't want to offend, so be extra careful around them, okay?
Hey, the Travelers got this. What's the worst that could happen?
Violence.
You don't get it. One of them's the captain of some mercenary fleet sailing the high seas, and the other's a top dog in the criminal underworld. Getting on their bad sides, 100% a no-go.
Not looking familiar at all.
If something goes wrong, let's hope that's a big if, don't engage. Just tell him you work for Boss Neff.
Alright. You have a bunch of work still, right? Leave the Merc Captain and Gangster Buzz to us.
Oh, lifesavers, the both of you. Not cry hot dogs are on me later, I promise. And whatever else you want. Anyway, I'm guessing the 2 sellers I just mentioned are caught up with lodging or cargo. You should be able to find them at these addresses. I'd get over there pronto if I were you. People like that don't take well to be kept waiting. Oh, and tell Aino to bust a move, would you? The booth I'm saving for her is in a prime location. If she doesn't come claim it, the other participants are gonna start asking questions.
The infamous Merc Captain, the top dog of the criminal underworld, and the workshop owner with a sweet tooth. 3 people to find.
One at a time.
Yeah, I'll do them all at once. Someone's in the middle of the ocean, so that captain not being that quick. Guess we are not keeping them waiting.
Huh? But my future...
That was interesting. I managed to jump at the same time as I landed. So I jumped while already dead. And also thanks to Columbina. That was only a flesh wound.
Hey, you two!
traveler, Paimon. Hello.
Seeing her future made her jump.
We're helping out Never with some expo stuff, and we heard the Krumkake craft shop is taking part.
Correct. Aino is just doing a final round of debugging on her Thwack and Smack defense bots.
Looks more like you created a robot that can feel fear and shiver.
Oh, is that her submission for the expo?
Look at it.
Yes. Moles and other small creatures often steal from the craft shop, so Aino designed a defense bot based off of them to protect this place. Upon further testing, these bots turned out to be highly effective, so she decided to perform some upgrades and bring them to the expo.
Better than a robot that always screams. We don't have any of those around.
Wait, so Aino is actually gonna trade one of her bots?
Not exactly. With the exception of a few special orders, Aino rarely sells her finished products. What she's trading at the expo is the blueprint, not the finished product.
Oh, so are you guys ready to head over there? Yehoda asked us to speed things along a bit. She's saving a super good spot for you, and she's worried people are gonna start asking questions.
I told her I need to finish debugging first. There's no point in rushing or I'll have nothing to trade.
Oh, Paimon's never seen Aino this serious before.
Yeah, she already had her sweets.
The craft shop is experiencing a severe shortage of funds. Aino is hoping the expo will improve our financial situation, so she's being extra thorough.
Or she's not having sweets and does not have the money for sweets.
Where'd all the money go? Some kind of expensive research?
Sweets.
Negative. It's our dessert funds that are lacking. We have had at least 47 cases where excess dessert purchases have led to a shortage of research funds.
Shocking.
As such, I decided to split up our research and dessert budgets. Aino is forbidden from dipping into one to transfer to the other. And not too long ago, she cleaned out the entire dessert budget for this month.
Well, it's the last day of the month. It's probably fine. No surprises there.
Alright, done. Thwack and Whack defense bots, do me proud.
Looks like we can head over now.
Are we heading together? Seems like it.
This looks like a good spot for the demo platform.
This new bot looks pretty interesting, Aino.
Swing by and try it out whenever you want. It'll blow your mind. I just know it.
Thanks for the help.
No problem. Oh, and for registration, is it just gonna be you two?
I will be participating, but there is no need to register, Aino. She doesn't like to be around a lot of people. Once the expo starts, she'll head straight back to the craft shop.
Oh, good point.
In Thwack and Smack defense bots, you need to participate in combat simulations with Ennefer to test the efficacy of guard mechanisms. By deploying a variety of guard mechanisms, you must defeat the enemy commanded by Ennefer and prevent them from breaching the stronghold behind you. Sounds like minigames to me. By deploying guard mechanisms again on top of already deployed mechanisms, you can construct a stronger mechanism combination. Make use of the characteristics of different mechanisms combinations to defeat your enemies. At critical moments, you can use the bombing technique to attack enemies and clear out those who've slipped through the defensive line. So, bombs when things get dicey. During the stage, you can check detailed information on the mechanism and enemies at any time, as well as the opposing lineup for each incoming wave. It sounds like tower defense to me. During the stage... oh. To defend against molds, we created molds. And crabs. And whoever that is. Hello, Li Huan, and hello, Paimon. Welcome to the Whack and Smack Defense Bots booth. Would you like to experience the basic tutorial? Sure, sounds great. Could be tower offense. It might be. Wonderful. Loading tutorial now. Whoa, a special tutorial? How thoughtful. Aino created this tutorial because she wanted people to not only gain a solid understanding of how the Whack and Smack defense bots work, but also to have a good time trying them out. If Aino's putting that much thought and effort into this, she must really be proud of her creations. Please get ready, the tutorial is about to begin. Familiarize yourself with stuff. Okay, enemy going this way. Deploy a mole chef. Periodically generates Legion energy. Wait, how do I deploy? Select Mole Chef. Oh boy. Oh. Gotta be at the correct place to deploy Mole Chef. Okay, you generate energy to buy other robots. Cannoneer fires shells at the enemy at a standard rate. That's no robot. We are just killing Hilly-Charles. Killy-Charles. Also use the bombing technique. On a cooldown. Touch orb. Ah. Get those back. Combine. Every pair of mechanisms can be combined. So can I combine a mole with a cannoneer? Tutorial complete. Looks like we are ready for the real drill. What? Does anything have a drill? Which one? Paimon, welcome back. Would you like to continue your experience? I'm really feeling it. Let's keep going. We have 5 stages and no, 4 stages and infinite, it seems. Completed with no more than 50s enemy breaching, no more than 5 enemies breaching. This minigame has crabs. It makes it the best minigame. The other minigames will have
Please get ready.
a lot of stepping up to do to catch up on that. Also, I can have up to 12 robots. Also, I could combine those.
Two separate mechanical combinations, like placing a cake atop a steak. I almost never hear this analogy.
Cake on steak. I also didn't want to hear this, actually. So you can attack and
New
defend?
attacking units have taken the field.
Maybe. Can you? Or are you just defensive? No, you are attacking. Just not as fast as the attack only guy, I guess. What's explosion? Explode shortly after deployment, dealing massive damage to nearby enemies. Cannot be combined with other mechanisms to its priming phase. Okay. It's a waste of points. Understood. Okay. And combining...
Efficiency of commands. 3 times higher than standard.
Combining does... not take up a robot slot.
This will be my final attack. Ha, ha, ha.
Ha ha ha. Well, let me counter your final attack with my final attack. Oh wow, they actually broke some. Well, I broke them. These might take a while. Let's do one more and then check out other people. During this stage, a large number of aerial enemies will appear. They can bypass mechanisms and fly directly toward the stronghold. Deploying field support cannoneer molds is an effective way to deal with them. Hey, we did that.
The match is about to begin. Please, get ready.
I may have started things badly. Because I don't have a gun on this side. Surely you will get me to 100 points before that Hilichurl appears. Right? Right? Okay.
Special reminder, please check your starter rewards.
Surely spamming the recommended robot is the correct thing to do.
The assault will continue. Please remain vigilant.
Oh, I combined with a mole by accident. Well, seems this is working, so... These are my 12 valiant soldiers. Pro tip, if you build all the way to the holds, the enemies can spawn.
Ha ha.
Ha ha ha, I don't think that will work. But I can put them right before there. Except I don't have space for more. I wish them good luck getting through that. The center is definitely the least protected one. Which can be seen by that one dying the slowest. Well, one's right here in Nishatown. Somewhere. Actually... Oh, they are over in the flagship. Which is where I'd expect the ship captain.
Guess this participant decided to figure out lodging first.
But instead, it's Navia.
Partner, Paimon.
Navia! It's been forever!
I'm guessing you're here for the expo.
You got that right. Representing the Spina di Rosula, of course.
Top dog of the criminal underworld. Yeah, that checks out.
Is that my new nickname? I'm not opposed. It's kind of snazzy.
It's great that we found you. We're working a commission to help with participant registration right now. You know, goods verification, stuff like that.
Oh, I see. Well, in that case, take a seat. I ordered a whole bunch of food. Clorand and Chevreuse went to unpack some things, but should be back in a sec. Oh, speak of the devil.
Talking about us?
Lots of Clorand lately.
Clorand! Chevreuse! You're here too!
Nodcry is a chaotic and dangerous place. Considering the Spina's importance to Fontaine, the last thing we need is for something to happen to its president.
I do find it nice to travel with friends, but come on. Look who you're talking to. What's the worst that could happen?
With that nonchalant attitude, it's anybody's guess.
You thought it's a captain. But it's a navigator.
Fair enough. Guess you can mark down our champion duelist here as my bodyguard.
Really need those on a ship.
Gang boss and her bodyguard. Got it. Should we mark you down for the expo too, Chevreuse?
No need. I'm here on official business. A lot of our recent cases have had ties to Nodcry.
And that's Paimon's cue to butt out. Oh, one more thing. What's the Spina planning to trade at the expo?
Guns.
Oh, this right here. It's one of the Fontaine Research Institute's newest inventions. It's a kind of relay system that allows the user to unleash Pneuma and Usia energy in battle.
So it's a weapon?
Guns.
Of course. At a market with no legal oversight like this one, weapons are gonna be the first to go.
Weird guns.
Yes, so. Still, bragging about not having to follow the law in front of Chevreuse feels wrong.
I don't mind. I've read quite a bit about lawless territories and crime novels before. As a detective, I know that I'll need to put the rules aside for now if I want to get things done here. And on that note, I should get to work. I've got patrol members waiting on me.
Well, ready to head over to the venue? Just follow us!
Weird guns don't kill people. Weird people do.
All right, let's get this show on the road. I want to get a bit of shopping in as well.
So are we gonna use that weapon in your minigame? Switching between Pluimia and Usia.
Wow, it's even bigger than I expected. I'm hoping more people will show up, though.
Cat.
It'll get busier once things kick off. Still, looks like Yehoda needs a lot of help.
Well, Clorand and I are all set up for now. Be sure to stop by our booth when you get a chance.
I'll get a chance right now. In Pneumosia Barrage countermeasure, travelers will equip an experimental shield which can alternate between Pneumia and Usia to counter the incoming barrage. When the experimental shield comes into contact with a barrage of different alignment, a traveler takes damage due to the annihilation reaction, losing action points. When coming into contact with a barrage of the same alignment, the experimental shield would absorb it and convert it into energy for attacks. This is Ikaruga. Up to 3 stacks of energy can be stored This is a Ikaruga. Each time an attack is launched, consume 1 stack of energy to fire a homing attack at the nearest opponent. The alignment of this attack is the same as the current alignment of the experimental shield. When the attack attacks Pneumio Usia alignment is opposite to that of the opponent, it can deal thrice the damage. Certain heavily armored opponents and the strong Lord type opponent each possess an elite ward with Pneumia or Usia alignments. Only attacks with an alignment opposite to the ward can break it. It's Ikaruga, or the lesser known Exceed Second. My dear partner and dearest Paimon, how about testing the latest invention? It's a masterpiece of Fontanian technology endorsed by the Spina di Rosula and built using theoretical foundations provided by the Fontaine Research Institute. Bring it on, I'm on fire! Oh yeah, let's see what these pneumosia mechanisms are capable of. Dumb name. Wonderful, get ready and remember to have fun. Will do. The secret of the light-footed stride.
Ready, partner?
Okay. Absorb. Fire. Oh, I should have switched first and then fired. Get ripped apart. Oh. It homes on the nearest, I guess. Oh, bad.
Equipment upgraded. Now's our chance.
Oh, it recharges automatically. Didn't notice that. Yeah, it's Numia, right? P is silent. Pneumosia. Unwavering focus. So this is a shmup. I should be good at this, but I was never particularly good at Ikaruga. Hence why I never uploaded a playthrough of that on my channel so far.
You've got this, partner.
Shoot for me. And
I've
die.
activated a backup energy source for you. Keep at it.
Hey, when she says that, it means we have infinite ammo now. These are not as long as the tower defense, so I might just do all of them right away.
This is just a simulation, but be on your guard.
Laser, laser. Oh, that's a dark laser. Oh, wrong placement.
You've got this, partner. I've activated a backup energy source for you. Keep at it.
Feel like the backup energy source kinda breaks things.
Ready, partner?
Feel like they're even using bullet patterns straight out of those games.
I've activated a backup energy source for you. Keep at it.
That one's not even shooting anymore. Almost flawless. Oh wow, I didn't actually do the everything there. Right? Yep, I messed that one up.
This is just a simulation, but be on your guard.
I was getting hit too many times because homing attacks. I mean, I can use the wrong one. Nothing's saying I can't. It's slower, but considering it's safer.
Equipment upgrade. upgraded. Now's our chance.
Better. Oh, and that is not gonna be unlocked for 8 hours. And I don't think I'll come... Well, I might have to come back if the story is also not complete. Didn't realize the event was still not complete. But there are other things to do if we get stuck, I guess. Alcor class number 2. How did we even get here? The Alcor.
Actually, this is the second ship in our fleet. The Alcor's back home patrolling Guyun Stone Forest.
A captain.
Beidou! The infamous merc captain who sails the high seas!
Yeah. We've met, remember? What's with all the pomp and circumstance?
It's a long story.
Well, no sense standing around. Take a seat, tell me all about it. I'll have my men roll out the welcome mat.
No, that's a sail. Don't roll that out.
I see. So you know the head honcho of the curatorium, huh? Your network of connections is something else, that's for sure.
About the registration.
Right. We need a record of who's participating in the expo and what you're planning to trade.
Well, mark down me and a few crew members as participants. The rest will stay on the ship. As for what we're trading, take a look.
A gun. Well,
What is it?
a crossbow.
A while ago, Ningguang revamped the Guizhong Ballista. The beauty you see here is one of her new and improved models.
Big crossbow.
It has insane firepower and comes complete with remote guidance for accurate striking even at long distances. I just know people are gonna be fighting to get their hands on it.
And now we're attacking Nordcry with it.
Are you sure you're allowed to sell stuff like this?
Don't worry. Compared to the model the Millileth's using, this one might as well be an antique.
Never wasn't kidding when she said no restrictions, huh?
But who's gonna buy something like this?
Oh, I'm sure someone will bite. Buyers from all over Teyvat will be in attendance after all.
Oh good, you brought someone else along.
Yelan?
Ah, sorry. I was so busy with the cargo, I forgot to mention that Yelan was aboard.
Yelan is the cargo.
No worries. You here for the expo too, Yelan?
I mean, she fights with a bow. That's the same as having a ballista.
No, I'm just here for work. Captain Beidou was kind enough to lend me a ride, so no need to register me with the expo. Anyway, it's been a while, traveler. If you get the chance, be sure to pass along my regards to the head of the curatorium.
What kind of work?
The sensitive kind.
She's the crossest of them bows.
Sounds like our cue to stop asking questions, doesn't it?
100%.
Well, I'll be off then. Once I'm done with this, drinks are on me.
Oh?
About time! I've been itching to see Nodcry from the bottom of a bottle.
Alright, that's it for registration. Follow us, and we'll take you to the venue.
What do you have to offer? How are we using that ballista? We could do more
this is
tower
the place,
defense.
huh? Not a bad spot. When you've got some time, come help me test the remote guidance on this thing. It's a real thrill. You'll love it.
Sure.
The 3 participants that Yehoda mentioned are all set now. Let's go give her an update.
Soon, Paimon. First, in Fire Support Assault, you need to defeat as many enemies as possible within the time limit to earn a battle rating. After the challenge ends, rewards will be granted based on your battle rating. Ah, right. We didn't have a battle event yet. Each battlefield has a unique feature that favors specific combat styles. During battle, defeat enemies to accumulate support progress. When support progress reaches its maximum value, you can enter guidance mode to designate targets for the Guizhong Ballista's long-range strikes, eliminating enemies on a large scale. After entering guidance mode, you need to actively aim at the targets to ensure that the long-range barrage hits the enemy accurately. High-speed, general-purpose ammunition will arrive first. After a period of time, explosive ammunition will arrive, increasing the attack range and damage significantly. Additionally, defeating enemies in guidance mode greatly boosts the battle rating obtained. Bihuan, is that you? Do you want to try out some cutting-edge warfare? Just remotely control the Guizhong Ballista and rain down a nasty surprise on those monsters from above. Well, Paimon's going to give this 110%. That's the spirit. Give it your all and give those monsters a good blasting. Yeah, last one will be locked on all of them, I see. Like the unshakable mountain. Well, okay. I don't like Shibai. Shibai? What's her name? It's fighting style. I'm gonna go with the team that I have been using on the map.
Frontline guidance is up to you.
Let the world collide! A proper send-off from the Spina with love.
I didn't actually read what I need, but I'm assuming...
Select the target.
I'm assuming it's lunar crystallized reactions.
Switch to ground attack shells and increase firepower.
Well, they say battle event, but it's really just battle until you get the fun things.
Strike a pop, attack! That's it, watch out! Coming at ya! Attack! Ha-ha!
Fire support ready. Select a target. Here comes the mother load.
Kind of weird off target there.
Good shooting.
Yoo-hoo! A proper send-off from the Spina with watch out! Hiya! Ha-ha! Watch out! Attack! That's the way! Watch out!
Fire support
When there are so many characters, you start forgetting them. Well, there are some characters I definitely never think about. So, what do we need to do? And like the Howling Gale. Probably something wind related. Yeah, sure. Trigger swirl reactions. Well, I'm gonna use Vaka. How could I possibly not? Official, you say? Sucrose, I say.
Locked and loaded, waiting on your signal.
Should have brought a shield or something.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Sparks and flash! Boing, boing! Animo hypostasis
On me. Maria sweeping in.
Well, this is not going as well with the charging. Oh no, the poor slimes!
Here comes the mother load.
I wouldn't be surprised if I failed this one.
Well done!
Wings of darkness! Enhanced animal module 75!
Maria sweeping in. Up the ante. Thunder. As you wish, mein Fräulein. Burn! Up the ante!
Careful! Hold out till fire support arrives.
Yeah, I'm running out of time.
Fire support!
That was not great. Let's try something different here. With one Cleese, probably not doing great. We need someone to put an element on the field. Probably good. Oh yeah, we wanted a shield also.
Frontline guidance is up to you.
Song!
Up the ante!
Yeah, this is going faster.
Thunder!
Yoo-hoo! Let the world collide!
Surge!
Oz, reveal thyself!
Fire support ready. Select a target.
Hope it's going faster.
Land the projectile in the middle of the enemy formation. Nice! Good shooting!
Annihilation mode. Installation chamber.
Maria sweeping in!
Yeah, these guys are dying a lot faster this time.
Up the ante!
Time to shine! By royal decree.
Defensive mode engaged.
Surge!
Fire support ready! Select the target! Switch to ground attack shells and increase firepower!
Think that should be enough score.
Good shooting!
Not gonna get any more out of this. Yeah, good. What now? Like the bursting thunder. So, Luna charged. I like Flynn's. I'm not gonna use Flynn's. Actually. No, that's just gonna confuse the elements. Let's use this.
Locked and loaded. Waiting on your signal.
Charge! Headbutt! It's justice o'clock! Yeah! Oof!
Fire support ready. Select a target.
Robots! Automatons! Slowly walking around. Truly my strongest weakness.
Switch to ground attack shells and increase firepower. Nice! Good shooting!
You ought to stand down! Charge! Yeah! Look out below! Hi! Yeah! Headbutt! Hero incoming! Yeah! Yeah! It's justice o'clock!
Fire support ready. Select a target.
Oh no, what a surprise. When I get to use the racer, things go well.
Switch to ground attack shells and increase firepower. Nice guiding. Well done.
Headbutt! Hi! Yeah! Kapow! It's justice o'clock! Yeah! Oof! Hero incoming! Maximum power!
Fire support ready. Select a target.
You're such a nice formation. Why did you have to move away like this?
And
There's probably platinum medals also. Like the oppressive frost. Frozen status. Once again, a character I'm not all that used to. What's the best solution here? Maybe? This might not go well.
locked and loaded, waiting on your signal.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Let the world come alive! Suffer the wrath of Eastly!
Let's get down to business.
My apologies. Yeah.
Clouds high, the birds call!
Fire support ready! Select a target!
It's not going too bad. Guess it depends on what other enemies we need to fight.
Here comes the mother road! Nice guiding, well done!
Okay, mushrooms.
You two! Time to end them! Echo out, fulfill our pact! Let my name echo in song! Embrace the ice! Whirling snow! Yeah!
Yeah, mushrooms not going nearly as well.
Clouds high, the birds call!
Show no mercy!
Careful! Hold out till fire support arrives.
Sakura swirl! Yeah! Take flight!
Into the wind!
Fire support ready! Select a target!
Well, it might work out. We do have more than half of what we need, I think. Assuming we need 30,000.
Land the projectile in the middle of the enemy formation.
Gonna get real close here. Okay. Unless it's not 30,000. Okay, good. Slightly worried there. But in terms of battle events, this one went decently well. And that one we need to wait on. Now, before we move on to Yahoda, all three of these had some text. About the Alcor 2. You mean Beidou's big shiny new ship? Everyone hasn't seen it before. Must have been building the Alcor 2 for ages. It must be the most powerful ship in the world by now. Haha, she's definitely one of the most formidable civilian ships out there, but if we are comparing her to the battleships of Liyue, Fontaine and Shnesnaya, well, I'm not so sure. Besides, strictly speaking, she's the second ship of the Alcor class, and the second biggest in the fleet. We haven't even named her yet. Huh? You haven't given her a name. Why not? Well, that's quite the story actually. Battleships are usually given a naming ceremony when they are first launched, but the Alcor 2 sort of skipped the queue a bit. We launched her on the same day as another ship, a supply ship, and considering her rather special purpose, we decided to keep things low-key and do away with the naming ceremony altogether. Then, after she was fully outfitted, she sailed straight out to the open ocean. She was only back in dock long enough for us to verify her new propulsion system was working as planned before we took delivery of another set of new equipment, and she headed back out to sea. It's been quite the journey so far. Prior to this latest voyage to Not Cry, he hadn't even officially announced her existence, so we've been calling her Number 2 all this time, and the name started to stick. Iron feels kinda sad for her, just being called Number 2. It sounds like a code name from a spy story. Agreed. In fact, we are hoping to name her when she makes her official debut at the Trade Expo. I'll be doing my best to come up with something that fits her stature. Any suggestion would be more than welcome. Just don't let Paimon name it. Don't you feel tired, Inefa? Yeah, this is such a big event. It can't be easy running the whack smack defense bot spoof. Are you sure you can handle it? Analyzing visitor traffic data and comparing to previous events. Analysis complete. Based on variables such as venue size and total footfall, the level of visitor traffic at this booth is comparable to Moon Prayer Night. Furthermore, on Moon Prayer Night, I was also responsible for guiding the Clink Clank Krumkake craft shop delegation and ensuring their orderly participation. In terms of complexity and level of control, the task of managing the Thwack and Smack defense bot's booth fails to meet the threshold for a highly difficult classification. That means you should be able to complete your assignment easy peasy, right? Just so long as the visitors to your booth remember to behave themselves. Hope you don't get any unpleasant visitors. But if anyone does forget their manners, we'll be happy to give them a reminder for you. Yes, it's a rather non-demanding task, and if all the visitors are polite, that will make me very happy. You got this, Inefa. We're going to keep looking around. Understood. Take care. Initiating standby mode. Ship Mac Ship Face. Always the best naming scheme. Yuan, Paimon, hello there. How wonderful to run into you here in a faraway land. Would you like some coffee? Sure, I'll have a cup. So nice of you to offer, Clorind. Whoa, coffee brewed by the champion duelist. If this were Fontaine, Paimon's sure only the creme de la creme would be able to enjoy such an honor. Hey, if you branded this and sold it at coffee shops, you could make a fortune. That's very kind of you to say, Paimon. But it's just a cup of coffee. I was going to brew some for myself anyway, as I was getting a little sleepy minding the booth. Besides, I wanted to offer Li Huan something to thank her for the wonderful cocktails she made me. I had the honor of watching Li Huan masterfully mix up some wonderful drinks, and it inspired me to try my own hand. So after I go back to Fontaine, I headed to my favorite coffee shop and studied the basics of how to be a barista. I guess you could say I have a little experience under my belt now. Good thing we got around to your drink mixing already. That was a bit much text for how long you let me read. This is delicious. Is that a sweetness hiding in the roasted flavor? Hammond usually finds coffee way too bitter, but this is perfect. Just as you might adopt a different stance when fighting a tainted hydrophantasm instead of an armored crab, the same logic holds when making coffee for different people. For you, Paimon, I used a less bitter variety of coffee bean and added cocoa and sweetened milk to mellow the taste. Mine has a fruity flavor. Let me guess, you added apple and tangerine juice? Spot on! I thought you might find your coffee more energizing with the addition of some sweet and sour flavors. I should give you some extra pep to face whatever trials the expo throws up. If I only added tangerine juice, it would have accentuated the tannins in the coffee. That's why I balanced it with apple juice. You look like you're enjoying it. It's wonderful. Fantastic cup of coffee. Yeah, Paimon thinks Clorund is already a pro. You flatter me, but real professionals know all sorts of fancy tricks and techniques. Don't see much need for me to put in the hours to learn that high-level stuff. Just need to know enough to brew myself a quick pick-me-up at home, on the days I don't have time for leisurely drink at a nice coffee shop. That's such a Clorund thing to say. Keep saying your name a different way. But Paimon totally gets where you are coming from. Not everyone's like us, running around learning how to do a million different things. Let's chat. Oh, Navia. You haven't visited Nordcry much before, have you? Why don't we show you around? I spent a little time here. At least enough to visit every shop in Nashatown with Clorind. It feels like the goods here have all a unique, untamed energy to them. Something you don't really find on the streets of Fontaine. Ordered and intricate might be pleasing to the eye, but sometimes I can feel like there's something missing. A certain je ne sais quoi that the chaos of Nordcry has in spades. Like one of those Sumeru vases that open up like a flower when you tap them, emitting light and a fine cooling mist, or a pillow with a built-in music box that soothes you to sleep. I don't think she gets what you are saying. It's like things become more interesting when they do something unusual, right? Well, Paimon completely agrees. Compared to something tried and tested, even if it's pretty, it's way more fun to try something new. Speaking of which, where did you buy these? I haven't seen anything like them on sale in Nordcry. Really? If you take a left after leaving the flagship, it's just down the hill. Figured you'd be a regular customer. The tiny lady who runs the shop is so sweet. She gave me a 20% new customer discount. I'll definitely take my friends from the Spina di Rosula the next time I visit. Violence has arrived.
Hey, what was that for?
Violence against children, no less.
Just shut up and move along. This spot is mine now.
It's the lady in charge. We were just setting up our booth and he's trying to take it from us. A troublemaker, huh? The expo announcement spells it out clear as day. All forms of violence are strictly prohibited. Read it and weep, Buster. Oh, I've been wanting to talk tough like that for ages. Should be enough to scare off a punk like him, no problem.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
It's not like I wanted to hit anyone. It's just not fair.
What's that supposed to mean?
We all know the black market stuff is in the highest demand here. So how did these dwarfs get a spot selling these stupid toys? I did some digging, and guess what? Turns out these brats have connections in the Voynich Guild. Obviously, someone pulled a few strings to get them here. But me, I miss one stupid deadline, and that's when the rules start to matter? Give me a break.
Hey, we earned our place, fair and square.
As if.
So, you're slinging out the easy targets, huh? That might work for you on the outside, but not here and not under my watch. These kids earned the right to be here, same as everyone else. Don't believe me? Take it up with the guild. We'll see who comes out on top.
Just you wait.
I'll bring more violence.
Who the heck was that?
Violence, man.
Just some punk looking for a fight. Huh. But I scared him off without even lifting a finger.
You did some twirls.
I'm still shaking. That was close. Almost had to pull the Never guard.
Well, he's lucky he decided to run off, or we'd have helped teach him a lesson. Thanks a million, miss.
All in a day's work. Anyway, knew I remembered you guys. Your guardian works for the guild, right? Who was it again?
Auntie, are you all right?
I'm fine. Just got a little scrape when he pushed me.
That's a deep voice for a child that size.
I got caught up with something. I should have been here. I'm sorry.
Right. Ashvapati. The one man in the guild who wouldn't know profit if it hit him in the face. You get a spot in the most lucrative market in the world, and you're letting the kids use it to sell toys. No one else would even entertain that idea.
Well, the purpose of the expo is free trade, right? There's no rule that participants have to sell weapons.
Everybody else thinks weapons are the best.
No, but most people know what's gonna make real dough. Unlike a certain someone.
Ati, Neb, Rhea, head back to the booth. If anything else comes up, you call for me, okay?
He can give the
Don't be
toys
reckless.
guns.
Okay, got it.
The technology used to make these toys. Perhaps it can also be used to make weapons. Says our protagonist.
Yeah.
You two know your stuff.
Wait, what? Then why not make them look the part? They'll sell tons better that way.
If you were to leave your kids a gift, would you choose a toy or a weapon?
Well...
Weapon!
In any case, I'm not looking to make it big. I applied for the expo because the kids thought it would be fun. All I care about is them having a good time.
And experience some violence.
Fair enough. You're still gonna be busy with guild business though, right? Just a heads up. This might not be the safest place to leave the kids unattended.
I mean, that's what you are here for, Yehoda. To make it a safe place.
I understand. A lot of children suffer because their parents are too consumed with work. It's unavoidable sometimes. But I want them to have better.
You know what? Don't even sweat it. I'll look out for them.
That is your job, yes.
What the heck are you doing, Yehoda?
Your job.
Really? That would be amazing. What do you say to Miss Yehoda, you three?
Thank you, Miss Yehoda. My pleasure. Just have them come find me if anything comes up.
Got it. I should get going then.
Wow. Way to step up, Yehoda.
Surely nothing will come up.
I'm just looking out for some kids. How hard could it be? Then again, I bet I'll be swamped with disputes to settle once this thing gets rolling for real.
Don't worry. We are here too.
Relax, we'll help you out. Oh, also, we registered the last 3 participants. So, the expo can start now, right?
Wow, already? In that case, let me go get things ready for the grand opening. Talk to you later.
She really does have a lot on her shoulders.
Yeah, we should help as much as we can.
Attention everyone! Participant registration is now complete. On behalf of the Voynich Guild, I am pleased to announce that the Nod Cry Trade Expo is open for business.
More familiar faces. It's rare that we get the event screen after I already did most of the mini games. Usually, you show that first before you even let me add them. We did not whack and smack completely yet. I mean, we did not completely anyway, anything.
Whoa! There are so many people here now that the expo's officially underway. Should we take a look around? Or maybe check in on our friends first?
Are you dancing with the robot? The robot does not seem impressed.
Have you been to the Clink Clink Krumkake Craft Shop's booth yet? They're selling blueprints for a machine. With everything Uncle's taught me, I bet I could build one of those thwack and smack defense bots. We should buy a blueprint.
Sounds like a waste of money to me. We should be spending our expo earnings on more important stuff like clothes.
But Uncle said the most important thing is that we have fun.
Guys, please don't fight.
Can also just play the mini games without paying anything.
I hate to break it to you, but I'm afraid no one really comes to this expo looking to buy toys. If you make any more here, it won't be nearly enough to buy yourselves a blueprint. I doubt it'll even cover your new clothes.
Oh, hi, Yehoda. Hi, Traveler.
I came here to make sure you kids stay safe, so listen carefully. If you want to look around the expo, that's fine, but you need to be extremely careful when talking to any strangers, okay? A lot of crazy people show up to this expo, both sellers and buyers. You don't know what they might be capable of. So if anything happens, don't try to deal with it yourselves. Call for me right away. You got that?
Yehoda's really serious about looking out for these kids.
Well, it's kinda my job. I'm supposed to be the one in charge.
You don't sound nervous at all.
Oh, just take a look around. This booth is the only one being run by a bunch of kids. If there's anyone out there aiming to cause trouble, you can bet they'll start with the weakest target.
Who else do we have? Not a child, but close enough.
Uh-oh. It's Lord Songima Bay. Oh, I wonder what we're in for this time. Well, hello. Is that the Traveler and our dearest Miss Expo Manager Yehoda? You're in luck. I'm offering a whole host of Expo exclusive discounts. Don't miss out.
Paimon's not remotely surprised to see Dory here. This event's practically made for her.
Do you sell guns?
Yeah, she attends religiously every year. And she's always the seller who we get the highest number of complaints about. Complaints? Every single mora I make from this expo is 100% legitimate. I've never broken the rules, and my prices are entirely fair. If people regret their purchases and want to grumble about it behind my back, that's not my problem.
Paimon can hazard a guess as to why people might be complaining.
I know. And every dispute ends in your favor after you've peppered the buyer with 1,000,001 reasons why you're not in the wrong. It's just... Could you maybe not find a way to send every single one of your customers complaining to me this time? I'm begging you, Lord Songema Bay, for me. Please.
So that's why you came to see Dory? Just to beg her to rein in the rip-offs?
How about this? A special opening sale just for Miss Yehoda. 50% off! In other words, I'll do my very best to keep the number of complaints down to no more than half of my customers. Sound good?
Jeez, what a bargain.
Works for me, I guess.
Can't ask for more, I guess. Who are you?
This exhibitor's demands are ridiculous.
What's wrong?
This exhibitor is apparently selling some rare Natlanese artifacts. And he's making some extremely unrealistic demands about how he wants them stored. I know the contract says that we're responsible for storage, but I'm sorry. It's unreasonable to expect us to meet these requirements.
Unreasonable? These are rare and very fragile historical relics we're talking about. You can't just throw them into a warehouse, okay? They have to be handled with care.
You're from the Masters of the Night Wind, aren't you?
Tumaini?
Yep, that's Tumaini, all right. So, what exactly do you need?
Well, I suppose I can use the assigned warehouse if I really have to. Just don't tell Granny Eatsley about this, please.
Nice negotiating with you.
Whatever Tumaini means, it seems like it carries even more weight than name-dropping Boss Neff.
Keep that in mind. Use it for everybody. Lackerberry.
Welcome to the Treasure Hoarder booth.
Why?
The treasure hoarders have a booth?
Yep, every year. This is the largest legal black market in all of Teyvat. The stuff they dig up is perfect for a place like this.
But they are hoarding the treasures. Why would they be selling them?
But can one person really represent their entire organization?
No way. Treasure Hoarder is just a catch-all title. Their internal structure is crazy complicated. The thing is, the members who'd apply to set up the exhibits used to give themselves ever more highfalutin titles. You know, to boost Spire confidence. Over time, it became an unwritten rule that each expo can only have one Treasure Hoarder booth. The different factions usually duke it out beforehand for the right to take part.
To be honest, I see myself as a member of the Fruity Order first, and a Treasure Hoarder second.
You sure sound fruity. That sounds familiar.
Of course it does. The Fruity Order is known far and wide for its heroic deeds.
The Fruity Order's a familiar name around here, at least. They've been winning the Treasure Hoarder Expo rights for a few years now. Although, this guy's a new face.
Freshly grown. A Tui with guns.
Wait, that's a familiar face. Isn't that Vizwava?
Why, if it isn't the Traveler. Knew there'd be some big names here.
Let's get the official business over with first. Unfortunately, you're the first seller at the expo to receive a complaint. We've received word that the muskets you're selling are a few shots away from turning into scrap.
Bad guns.
Well, yeah. It's written here plain as day. Muskets for sale. Condition extremely poor. The internal grooves have been worn away and the ammo might be damp. Best practice is to pray that it doesn't explode before each use.
Wait, so you weren't speaking in code to cover your tracks?
Code?
Yeah. Sometimes people bring stuff that needs to be kept on the down low. So they dress it up as junk beforehand. Happens on the black market all the time.
You're overthinking things here. This stuff really is junk. We were just gonna scrap them, but my superiors thought we might as well try and make some more off of them. And who knows? If the prayers are answered and the gun ends up firing a few times, the buyer hasn't totally wasted their money, have they?
Oh, good. It's a gun gotcha. They're all bad.
Guess not.
I mean, a weapon on the brink of ruin that's still capable of considerable firepower. Doesn't that just scream black market to you?
Yeah, but who would buy something like this?
Maybe collectors who don't care if it works, and desperados who don't care if it explodes.
We call it guncha. Yes.
Fair enough.
I think I met Wislava in a minor event here in Nordcry. So that's why we know her already. But Fassbender. That's a monster, I'm sure.
Sir, we don't forbid exhibitors from offering drink samples, but I need to make sure you understand what you're getting into. Any samples you offer are at your own risk. If anything goes wrong, like if a customer has a bad reaction to one of your products, the expo can't take any responsibility.
Rest assured, ma'am, what you see here is 100% pure Mondstadt vintage. Straight from the Dawn Winery's cellars, actually.
Really? Wow-wee! You don't often find Mondstadt wine this far away from home.
Ah, you're telling me. If you try to ship this stuff through the proper channels, all the taxes and tariffs would send the prices skyrocketing. But that's where my connections come in. With me, you get Mondstadt wine at Mondstadt prices.
Cool! What kind of connections?
Guns.
Hey! You can't go around asking people questions like that!
It's guns, isn't it? Hi, Lieben.
Hey, look! It's our old pal, Lieben!
Oh, it's you two! Been a while, hasn't it?
That it has.
Wait, you know this guy too? Okay, I'm slowly starting to get why Boss Neff asked you to help me out.
Ah, you must be the expo manager. Was there something you needed from me?
Nope, just checking in. You're just selling a few ordinary items, is that right?
I think we met Lieben recently in a different event, right? But he is a reoccurring tiny event for trading items for Primogems, mostly.
Mm-hmm, that's right.
Okay. I mean, we've got people selling toys this year, so why not?
You seem confused. In the right environment, ordinary items don't have to fetch an ordinary price, you know? I'm sure I'll meet someone at this trade expo who recognizes their hidden value.
Cool. Well, you do you. I'm certainly not gonna stop you.
What about you, friend? Care to do some business?
Are you not in the box of Marvel's business anymore?
Well, to be honest, I spent most of the ones in my inventory to purchase this batch of goods. The ones you see here are just for decoration. But I'm confident that I can make a killing here, so I'll be sure to make another batch of Box of Marvels should the opportunity arise later.
Seems we might have missed someone somewhere. Are you sure your stuff is authentic? When Li Huan starts using gun, I will be very surprised. Aside from water gun, I guess. Barbaric Lackerberry. Hey, my personal discount. Alright, each of you have their own conversation. No, arguing is part of the experience. Okay, Yehoda is here.
Wonder how Beto, Navia, and Inef's goods are selling. Let's go check.
Excuse me. According to the expo announcement, you are in charge of mediating disputes between participants, correct?
Yeah, that something happened.
Just now, as Aino was about to return to the workshop, she got dragged into a conversation with some individuals who appear to have unofficial ties to the expo. My database does not have relevant information on how to address the situation, so I came to you for help.
Unofficial ties, huh? Sounds a little shady.
Let's go check it out.
Come with me.
A device that uses Numa and Ducia energies in battle. With that kind of tech, a bandit group could rob a caravan without even showing their faces.
Oh, good. There are people not participating in the expo. Participating in their own troubles.
And what about this thing? Remote guidance? Precision bombing at long distance? If a group of thugs got their hands on it, their enemies might as well surrender on the spot.
The Fontaine Research Institute made the right call going through the Spina di Rosula rather than selling it themselves.
The same is true for the Ministry of Civil Affairs, I'm sure. A merc captain who spends most of her time at sea is far less conspicuous.
Huh?
What about this girl? She seems to be trading in military-grade weapons as well.
The Clink Clank Krumkake craft shop does take on a lot of orders for dangerous creations. But I think in this case...
I'm overthinking it?
I think so.
Elon? Chevrolet? What are you doing here?
Scheming.
Traveler. Paimon. How did you find this place?
Although this location is indeed rather secluded, Aino has equipped me with a special sensor module. With it, I was able to detect that you had pulled her aside for questioning.
The rumors are true then. She's quite the little engineer.
Can you tell me what this is about already?
Apologies, but it's a matter of utmost importance, so I had to be sure. After our conversation, however, I can confirm that Aino is not involved in this case.
Traveler, could you help us clear up this misunderstanding?
Enough, why don't you get Aino out of here? They are no danger to her.
Understood.
Based on our conversation just now, I'm guessing neither of us is the target the other is searching for.
I second that. And since our strategies were so similar, I'd wager we're after the same person.
I guess it's time for a team up then. When we talked earlier, it seemed like you both were hiding something.
Yeah, Paimon thought so too.
Well, I wasn't planning on dragging you into all this. But now that I appear to have gained an unexpected partner, I suppose I might as well explain. I trust you, Traveler, and Miss Chevreuse seems to do the same. With you here, I'm hoping we can avoid further misunderstandings.
Agreed.
I'm all ears. The boxes are listening.
Miss Chevreuse and I seem to be here in Nodcry to reel in the same fish.
Oh, you're going fishing.
That's right. And the product we brought to trade is the bait. Of course, if I worked in the booth, it might tip people off, so that's where Navia comes in. I assume it's the same situation with Captain Beto?
You're not really fishing.
So, does that mean your target is gonna be at the expo?
Yes, there's a good chance it's one of the buyers.
What about Nefer's golden rule?
Yeah, we're gonna need to take you to the curatorium.
What? No. I've done some digging into the head of the curatorium and where she stands. We can't let her know what we're doing.
Well...
We are working for her, so I can't let you do what you were doing.
I wouldn't be surprised if she got the Traveler involved because she anticipated this from the start. If the Traveler has someone to answer to, then we should go.
Fine.
Well then. Things are instantly getting complicated. With all these factions working together against each other, it's hard to tell. Two against each other.
Ah, Miss Yelan from Liyue, and Miss Chevreuse from Fontaine. It's quite the honor. Forgive me for not greeting you sooner.
So you knew we were coming all along?
Anticipating your arrival is one thing. Getting you to come talk to me is another.
And that's why you put the Traveler in charge of participant coordination. You knew we trusted her enough to tell her the truth about our plans. And you also knew that, out of respect for your arrangement, the first thing she would do is bring us here.
How else could I have gotten us all to the negotiating table?
We are nicely color-coded. So this was the plan all along.
Forgive me for not cluing you in, Traveler. I had a feeling things could get complicated, so caution was vital. Rest assured, you will still be compensated as promised.
So, can someone explain what's going on here?
Yes. Might as well get it out in the open, ladies. You two were going to exchange intel sooner or later, correct? No better time than the present.
Recently, the bandits at our border have become more aggressive. We don't know how, but they seem to have gotten their hands on some kind of weapon, which has made them a lot more dangerous.
We call it gun.
The caravan transports have been helpless against their attacks.
We're facing a similar situation in Fontaine. Conflicts between gangs have been escalating, with civilians getting caught in the crossfire.
Off the guns.
Our investigation indicates that someone has been supplying the gangs with some unusually powerful weaponry. Even with the Spina's help, we've been struggling to curb the fighting.
In which case, I think we can confirm that we're facing arms dealers operating on an international scale.
Yes, and their cover has been ironclad. There hasn't been so much as a trace leading back to them, until their most recent operation.
Let me guess. Someone leaked where the weapons are coming from. And it pointed right to the Nodcry Trade Expo.
Exactly.
I'm betting it's the guy selling wine.
I see. Well, weapons tend to be a hot commodity in a market with no restrictions. Say that the person you're searching for is in attendance. Does that mean you're prepared to ruin the expo to nab them?
I won't lie to you. Catching this person is my top priority.
How about this? In the spirit of being a good host, you give us a bit of leeway to do what's necessary. And in return, we won't do anything to undermine the expo.
All deals made at the expo are protected, including those that would be illegal elsewhere. It's the entire purpose of an event like this. The Voynich Guild gets a cut from both the seller and the buyer, so we have a duty to uphold that principle.
Cut off some close-up there.
I can't just let a customer get scooped up by the authorities while everyone watches.
You said this was a negotiation, but you don't seem prepared to compromise.
Let's think about this. Maybe there's another way?
Nab everybody by the authorities.
Only deals made through the expo are protected, correct?
Oh?
Theoretically speaking, were any deals to take place outside of the expo's scope, I would have no right to interfere.
Good. Then we can promise that the rules will be followed.
I want insurance, then. To hold you to your word, the Traveler must be part of all operations related to the investigation.
Investigation operation.
We have a deal.
Then you have my thanks in advance.
Looks like negotiations are a success!
It's the best outcome I could have asked for. I appreciate the help, Traveler.
Don't mention it. I didn't want there to be conflict between you guys anyway.
In that case, do me one more favor, would you? When this is all over, I want to hear the real story behind everything that goes down.
Oh, no problem. I love telling stories. Part 1, complete.
When this is all over, I want to hear the real story behind everything that goes down.
Looks like we'll be working together quite closely. The pleasure is all mine, of course.
This whole negotiation really feels like something out of a light novel.
That's the person that has read many light novels. Oh, we are just leaving. Circlement of bullets and silk. Wonder if there's gonna be guns. Guns made of silk.
Well, it's been 2 days. Wonder how the investigation's going. Let's go check in with Yelan and Shepras.
Did we check in with every booth? I guess we did.
If you want to drum up some business, all you gotta do is holler, and everyone on the first floor will be able to see you. Also, you have to come this way to get to the second floor, which pretty much guarantees that everyone attending the expo will notice you guys at some point. Not bad, huh? Thanks to the spot I saved you, you guys will be drowning in business before you know it.
Your point being?
Cross-referencing Yehoda's current facial expression against database. Confirmed. Analysis suggests that Yehoda hopes we will return the favor.
You bet I do. At least Robo-Girl gets it.
Okay, how do we do that?
Generating proposal. Complete. Yehoda, the next time you visit the workshop, I will reserve the seat closest to the hallway for you.
Huh?
What's that face?
This seat provides priority access to any dessert items delivered from the kitchen. It is also free from window glare and sits at optimal proximity to the teapot. By reserving this premium spot for you, I can guarantee you a most enjoyable dessert sampling experience.
Is this your idea of a fair trade?
Are you kidding me? That spot's usually reserved for me. I'd never let you take it if I didn't have my dessert budget to consider. What's going on? Yehoda looks upset.
All right, I'll level with you. Since I saved you such a great spot for your booth and all, could you possibly lend me some technical support? Please?
Technical support?
This year's expo is way bigger than ever before, which means there's definitely gonna be more shenanigans going down too.
Oh boy, love me my shenanigans.
I know, surely you have some kind of contraption that can, like, scare everyone at the expo into compliance or something. As the manager, I need something I can fall back on in case the you-know-what hits the fan.
The what now?
Let me think. If things escalated that far, shouldn't you just report it to Never instead of trying to deal with it yourself?
Well, yes, technically speaking. But if, for example, it was somehow kind of my fault to begin with, I'd probably be better off solving it myself on the DL.
Okay. What happened?
Remember those 3 kids? Well, that punk who was harassing them wasn't just some random nobody. He was just the one that got picked to stir things up. There's a whole bunch of people here who aren't happy with the booth situation. Now, obviously, they don't have the guts to pick a fight with the Voynich Guild directly, but apparently, they at least have the guts to harass 3 kids outside the confines of the expo. The problem is, I'm not really supposed to get involved with anything that isn't strictly to do with the expo, so the whole thing would kind of be hard to explain to Neff. Not that I regret what I did, but jeez, Yehoda, you sure know how to make life harder for yourself.
And then you died.
Okay, yeah. Sounds like we need to be smart about this.
I know. You think you can help Yehoda out?
Fine. Just this once, I guess I can lend you the Clink Clank Crisis Control Switch.
That's a lot of C's.
Agreed. This option meets Yehoda's requirement for an expo-wide intimidation strategy.
A Clink Clank Crisis Control Switch. What's that?
This little guy right here. I made it recently after getting myself into a really sticky situation. To activate the switch, you just need to give him 3 taps on the head. If you do that, there's pretty much nothing in Nodcry that you won't be able to handle.
Really? So what actually happens when you activate it?
It explodes!
You'll find out if it comes to it, but I'm only letting you use it once, so you better save it for when you really need it.
You can only use it once because it explodes.
Okay, cool. I'll take your word for it.
Great. Why are you being sneaky? On all of them.
It's her, the boss of the Spina di Rosula.
No, not you, the other one.
Huh? Uh-oh, things are about to kick off.
What are you worried about, Yehoda?
Shh, don't you see him over there? Parasol Lady's the head honcho of the Fontanian underworld. Rumor is she pulled the crumbling organization back together and avenged her father with her own hands. Oh, we don't want to get on her bad side. An eye patch over there is a merc captain from Liyue. She has a fleet of her own that sails the seas. Most people know to steer clear. I was worried this expo might not be big enough for the two of them, if you catch my drift. So I kept their booths far apart. Looks like they wound up meeting in the end, though. You don't think they're butting heads already, do you? What am I gonna do?
Let me handle this.
Hey guys, what's up?
Oh, hey there, partner in Paimon. Partner?
In crime.
Can't go far in my line of work without hearing about the president of the Spina di Rosula or the champion duelist of the court of Fontaine. Thought I'd make some friends since the opportunity's presenting itself. Plus, now that the traveler's arrived, I wonder if these ladies might just agree to coming aboard for a drink.
What's the traveler got to do with that?
You're too kind, Miss Beto.
So, the thing is, over there is a friend of ours. She's managing the expo, and seeing as you're all big shots where you come from, she was worried you might, butt heads.
Is that so? Well, I think you can put her at ease.
Yeah, and if there's anything we can do to help, just say the word.
No problems here, I guess.
Well, there you have it. Nothing to worry about.
These people are your friends. How is that even possible?
Hey, Nefa is also my friend. You shouldn't be that confused. They don't call me the Traveler for nothing. What's that supposed to mean?
Wow! Can this launch blaster thing really shoot stuff from that far away?
It does launch and blast things, but it's actually called a ballista. And yes, it can.
Okay, the launch blaster.
But how does it stay on target?
By launch blasting.
It uses a remote guidance system. But I'll let you in on a little secret. The upgraded version doesn't even need that.
Can I give it a try?
Oh, not a chance, kid. Can't have you hurting yourself. Believe me, this thing is even more powerful than it looks. Ask me again once you're older.
Hey, Beto! What you up to?
Launch blasting.
Oh, it's you two! I was just introducing our product to these discerning young customers.
Paimon thought you were here for some, you know, fishing? Wait, are these three?
What? No, of course not. The kids were just curious, that's all.
I'm sorry. Are these three preventing you from doing business? Let me get them out of your hair. Come on, time to go.
Oh, do we have to?
We want a launch blast.
Oh, don't sweat it. They were just curious. I'm happy to tell them more about it.
No, we've taken up enough of your time already. Neb, don't bother people when they're trying to work, okay?
Okay.
It was no bother, I swear. In fact, once the expo is over, come find me on my ship, and I'll let you see the ballista in action. How does that sound?
How much would it cost?
Not a single mora.
Really? It's a promise then, miss.
And then we go drinking.
Your vessel. It's a battleship, isn't it? Are you sure you should be bringing children on board?
Why not? Whenever we're docked back in Liyue to pick up supplies, I always let the kids around the harbor come aboard to play, and boy, do they love it. If a kid from Liyue can do it, why not a kid from Sumeru? A battleship may as well be a giant playground to them.
Is that so? I've heard that people in Liyue also turn gunpowder into explosive firecrackers and give them to children as toys.
Well, you can't just give them guns.
Perhaps only the kids back in your home country are lucky enough to look at a giant battleship and see a playground.
If you're worried about safety, I can...
No, I suppose I'm just envious. That's all. I'll be sure to bring them over if we get the chance.
Seems like he really cares about those kids, huh? Anyway, what did you want to talk about?
Guns.
Oh, just wanted to ask how it's going with the top secret, fishing. Did you reel in the catch of the day yet?
They're circling the hook just fine. Just waiting for a bite.
Whoa! Where did you come from?
Shh. Well, that just proves my point. Something like this would only see more use in Fontaine.
Hey, your name is Spy. I wonder what you are.
Ah, except you never find something like this for sale there. Better jump on the chance now before it's too late.
Excuse me?
He's coming this way!
Steady now.
That's mighty expensive.
Well, no one's forcing you to buy it. If you're not interested, you're free to move along.
What? Come on, there's no rule saying we can't haggle.
The Voynich Guild gets a cut of whatever I sell. Obviously, that's factored into the price. Don't like it? Take it up with them.
Listen, I can tell this is something special. If you're willing to go a bit lower, I'm prepared to cut a huge deal.
I know it's something special, so I plan on getting paid what it's worth.
Perhaps there's a way we can both get what we want then.
What are you implying?
Well, Nod Cry's a big place. Surely this expo isn't the only place we can cut a deal.
Oh?
What would you say to working this out someplace else? Somewhere the guild can't get a cut?
That means no guild protection either. What will I do if you run off without paying?
Considering the giant sword you've got handy, if anyone's getting robbed, it'd be me, don't you think? Point is, we're both going out on a limb here. But the reward's worth the risk.
Fine. Name a place. As a registered participant, though, I'm too close to the guild. If we don't want them catching on, I'll need to send a proxy.
Smart thinking. Let's meet here, then.
Good. He took the bait. Let's go elsewhere to discuss our next move.
Definitely not a trap. Oh, we are discussing on the ship. In the rain.
Captain Beto's hook was what got him in the end, huh? Oh, I didn't get a chance to show off how convincing I can be.
This isn't tabletop troop, Navia. In real life, persuasion takes a lot more than a dice roll.
I brought a product tailor-made for Fontaine because I thought the group's activities were limited to that area. Turns out, we're dealing with an international crime ring. So I suppose it makes sense that Captain Beto's bait was more enticing. It's a good thing we teamed up.
We wouldn't have gotten far without your intel either. Gotta ask though, how did you know these guys would be so quick to abandon the expo?
I read their file. Nothing's off the table for them when profit's on the line. When it comes down to it, they'd see the protection the expo provides as just more red tape. Something to work around rather than with. Just like the law.
So, we meet up with this guy, catch him, and problem solved, right?
I don't think he works alone, Paimon.
No. The person we're meeting is just an underling sent to scout the situation. We're after the leader of the whole ring. And after observing the situation over the past 2 days, it's clear they have undercover agents waiting in the wings. If something happens to our point of contact, those agents will scatter to spread word of what happened, and whoever is behind this whole thing will know we're onto them.
In that case...
We have to get the jump on them all at once, and use them to get intel on our real target before he has a chance to react.
Forgive me for pointing out the obvious, though. We have nowhere near enough personnel for that. If even one of the agents escapes, it's over.
Let me guess. You'd rather follow this deal through to the end to lure out the real culprit? Nice idea, in theory. The problem is, in my experience, that person would never show their face for something like this.
I can work around that. But only as long as the deal goes ahead.
So, you're planning to trail the person picking up the goods. I suppose that could lead us to the big fish, but that would mean we have to actually hand over the weapon. Aren't you worried about putting something that dangerous in the hands of criminals?
We can control how dangerous it is. But if we followed your plan, could we really guarantee that not a single agent would get away?
You're telling me you really have a way to mitigate the threat of that weapon?
You're telling me that you really have the wherewithal to carry out a large-scale search and seizure operation in Nodcry?
Are they having a fight?
All the conversation, Paimon.
They're both experts in this sort of thing. A lot of back and forth is to be expected.
Don't worry. I think they're getting along great.
A successful collaboration requires trust. And a willingness to make concessions. So how about this? I'll meet up with the underling as planned and stall him as long as possible. While I'm keeping him busy, you round up the rest of the agents. Sound like a plan?
Yes, I appreciate the trust. And I promise you, not a single one will get away.
See? Like 2 peas in a pod.
Traveler, you should come with me to meet the buyer. After all, we promised Nefer you would be involved in all our operations.
The Traveler is kind of a famous face around these parts, though.
Just put on a mask. Nobody will know.
Then you can serve as backup. Remain hidden, and on the off chance he tries anything, it'll be 2 against 1.
We are never pulling out that mask again, aren't we? Sounds good to me. He doesn't stand a chance against both of us.
Ha! Let's do this thing!
That's quite a job title. So we're getting backstory on how this works, huh? Well, cool. So many ballista.
There he is!
Oh, you really can't go lower?
Best I can do is shave off the amount the guild was going to take.
You're a tough nut to crack. How do you plan to deliver the goods?
Depends on what you need. You don't look like you're from around these parts. So I'm guessing you need sea transport?
Oh no, Paimon, your sparkles are going through the walls.
Yes, but there are a lot of eyes on the port. It would be better to dismantle the product and transport the components in crates.
That might be tricky. If you're worried about getting caught, then let's bypass the port entirely. We can launch from a secluded shoreline and use our own boat for transport.
Sorry. But I'd still prefer to have it dismantled and stored in regular crates.
Ah, I'm guessing the port of arrival is where you resell the goods? You want it hidden in unassuming cargo crates, because you operate right out in the open. Most of the weapons have come in through Yilong Wharf or Lumiduce Harbor, so that seems to check out.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. Just connecting some dots. I think we're done here.
That's our cue.
Out of the way!
Spy and agent.
It's one of the undercover agents! He's making a break for it!
The captain of the Special Patrol will take it from here.
One just popped up. Looks like the one on the surface has been subdued. There are children around. I have to avoid bloodshed. Trying to escape? Allow me to show you the way!
Look at this conveniently placed gun!
Nope, not this way.
Yeah!
Then turn around. Out of steam yet? 'Cause I can do this all day.
Totally fine breaking things in town, huh?
My leg!
I feel like that would be bloodshed.
Is still attached. And if you want to keep it that way, I suggest you stay right where you are.
A special patrol uniform. You think bringing me in is enough? Do you even know how many of us there are? If even one gets a...
5 at the port, 10 on the outskirts of Nasha Town, 3 near the plaza. Factoring in you and the buyer, that makes 20. Save the best for last, right?
How did you...
Don't even think about it.
Well done, everyone. We appreciate the assist. The boss sends her thanks.
He is kinda intimidating.
It was an honor. Without the Spina's help back in the day, we never would have been able to make it in Nodcry. It was about time we returned the favor.
And then she stopped being intimidating.
What? I needed to make you seem intimidating to get these local gangs on our side. We've been over this.
Yeah, I know. But hearing you call me boss will never not be hilarious.
Ugh.
Wow! Navier is something else!
Well, that explains your confidence. I had no idea the Spina di Rosula could mobilize these kinds of numbers outside of Fontaine. This Navia has quite a few tricks up her sleeve.
No trade expo rules were broken either. Even if Nefer saw it all unfold herself, we still wouldn't need to explain a thing.
Except for the guild's broken signboard, I would imagine.
It was an unavoidable sacrifice.
At any rate, I suppose the next step is to get these birds to sing. Should be an easy job. The Maison Gardiennage has a reputation for highly effective interrogation tactics.
And if that doesn't work, I've heard that spies from Liyue have their ways of making people talk as well.
Yes, that means the operation was a success, right?
Yeah, story's over. No more problems.
So far. Once we get someone to reveal who the mastermind behind all this is, that's when the real work begins.
Money's still on the wine guy.
I'm sure that person is in hiding somewhere far removed from the expo. But as far as our deal with the curatorium goes, I think that's a wrap.
Far removed from the expo. The wine guy.
Shouldn't we update Nefer then?
First, we need to figure out what we can learn from these agents. We'll be in touch once we have the information. Then we can head to the curatorium together.
Sounds good.
Well, that went a lot smoother than expected. Not a single one got away.
The real story behind everything.
You're thinking about Nefer's final request, huh? Let's see. We have 2 expert detectives from separate nations teaming up to uncover an international crime ring. That's not a bad story. If you feel like it's missing something, maybe Yelan and Chevros will uncover something more interesting during their interrogation.
Excuse me? Are you the Traveler? Yehoda needs you back at the expo venue as soon as possible.
Oh no! Did something happen?
I'm sorry, I don't know the details. All she said was that it's urgent.
Then let's get a move on!
Are the children in trouble? My bets are on yes. This is faster. Oh, right behind Yehoda. But probably not related to what's going on right now.
Just keeping an eye on things. Looking out for any problems that might need me to step in. Hey, you 3! What are you doing here? There should be at least one of you manning the booth at all times.
Accessing booth operation logs. Analyzing. Neb left to try and buy a new blueprint. Ati soon followed to try and stop him. Finally, Rhea came to mediate between them.
I keep telling you, we don't have that much Mora to spare!
I just wanted to have a look. What's wrong with that?
Guys, seriously, stop fighting!
Here's the thing, Neb. Even if you could afford to buy a blueprint, I'm afraid I couldn't allow it. I know you like building stuff, but these designs aren't for toys like the kind you're used to. They're for weapons, which are very complicated to build and extremely dangerous.
That's a load of baloney, dumpster diver. My designs are toys too, actually.
Huh? You build a machine that can blast monsters into the sky, and in your mind, that's a toy?
I mean, at the end of the day, is there really that much difference between weapons and toys anyway?
Depends on how you play with them.
Not where Knuckle Duckle's concerned. That's for sure.
Ugh, that's not the point. Anyway, you there with the brown hair, you want a blueprint?
Yeah! I want to make some thwack and smack defense bots too. I also have some design ideas of my own. And with your bots as the basis, maybe I'll be able to try them out for real.
I get it. Your head's so full of ideas you want to bring to life that you can hardly sleep at night. You try eating some snacks to take your mind off things, but it doesn't seem to help anymore.
Exactly! But what can I do? I'll never be able to afford one of your blueprints.
Well, you must have blueprints for the toys you've made too, right? Let's trade! One of your toys for one of mine.
Really? Thank you so much, ma'am! Is it ma'am, or...?
It's Boss. Boss of the Clink Clank Krumkake Craft Shop.
Thank you so much, boss of the Clink Clank Krumkake Craft Shop!
Huh, that was very thoughtful. Who are you, and what have you done with Aino?
What's that supposed to mean? I'm a boss, aren't I? A lot of people depend on me. Looking out for them is a big part of the job. Did that really just happen? For a moment there, Aino stopped being a little kid and acted like a full-on grown-up. A grown-up who's shorter than the kid she was looking out for, but still.
I mean, Dory is right down there.
Previous records indicate that Aino has a 94% chance of adopting such behaviors when encountering a child in a similar situation to herself.
Anyways, how unfitting will the story development be after what we just saw?
Either I throw the guild under the bus, or I get on the bad side of a terrifying merc captain. Oh, could this get any worse? Get it together, Yehoda. Focus on the hot dog you're gonna treat yourself to after today is over. One thing at a time. All right. You've got this.
Let's try not to get too worked up, all right?
Don't worry. We'll get to the bottom of this. I swear.
What happened?
You're here. Please, you've got to help me, Traveler. A theft at the expo is gonna ruin the guild's reputation.
A theft? How did that happen?
You're asking me. The guild has people keeping watch over the storage area for this exact reason. And it just had to happen to one of the scariest people here.
Beto? Wait, that means...
Someone stole the ballistas?
The guild asked us to keep our goods stored on the designated shelves. I had a few prototypes that I was using for demonstration, which I had stored there. But when I came to check on things just now, I noticed that all of them had been stolen.
And each ballista is super dangerous. If they fall into the wrong hands...
Well, all the prototypes have a failsafe designed to prevent unauthorized use, so it could be worse. Still, we should get them back as soon as possible.
The guild will make sure of that. If you could just keep this between us for now, we would be super appreciative.
Do we have to tell her?
Did you steal the ballistas?
Honesty is the best policy. That's what he taught us.
I know, it's just...
Miss Yehoda...
What are you three doing here?
There's something you want to tell me, isn't there?
Well, Neb's been obsessed with the ballistas ever since we got here. That's why Uncle Ashwapati told us to come see your booth. It seemed like he was interested in them too, because he even told us what parameters to ask about. Ever since this morning, we haven't been able to reach him. We wanted to ask Miss Yehoda for help, but then we heard about the ballistas being stolen.
And?
I don't think Uncle Ashwapati would do something like that, but...
He probably did.
Ashwapati works for the guild. He has access to the storage warehouse, so he could get inside without the guards getting suspicious. Wait, so now it's an inside job? Oh, jeez. The guild is never gonna recover from this.
He made those toys the kids were selling, right? They don't look like much on the outside, but I bet they're hiding some serious tech. If he's a tech guy, those fail-safes I mentioned might not have our backs after all.
So, this just went from bad to worse. Oh, uh-oh.
Question is, was he acting alone or is he connected to the crime ring?
Could be. I mean, let's put it this way. There aren't a whole lot of people that could manage to stay off Yelan's radar. Why don't you take these kids to the curatorium and see what you can learn? I've got things covered here.
Got it. Hold up. We can't hold these kids responsible, though. Right?
No, of course not, but... how do we explain this?
You want to look out for these kids, don't you?
I promised I would. Besides, they're innocent in all this.
Good, because I'm looking out for them too. That's why I want to find their uncle as soon as possible. No matter what he did or didn't do, it's worse for them if he's missing.
I guess we're on the same page then.
Take these kids to the curatorium. I'll update Yelan and tell her to meet you there.
Will do!
Back to the curatorium once more. Feels like we're going back and forth between Nasha Town proper and the expo.
Well, this complicates things. Here I was hoping the trouble would start and end with you two. But no matter. This will all make for a very engaging story.
I wouldn't be so flippant. This time, it's one of yours causing trouble. I'm starting to wonder if all those agents we captured were just a distraction, so the real culprit could make their move.
It's all still up in the air right now. What can you three tell us about Ashvapati?
Uncle Ashvapati isn't our real uncle, but he is our guardian. He adopted us when we were little. He told us we all came from the same band of eremites in the desert. But apparently, we're the only ones left. We've been traveling from place to place with him for as long as I can remember. We got to Nagcry not too long ago.
Their eyes.
What about them?
I'm just reminded of something. About a decade ago, there was a band of eremites who, seemingly out of nowhere, gained technological capabilities far surpassing those of other groups. Leveraging that advantage, they built a number of highly advanced weapons and sold them to the highest bidder. The conflicts in the desert became even bloodier as a result. While the other groups were tearing each other to shreds, these newly minted arms traders stood by and reaped the spoils.
Conflicts became firier.
But before long, their own weapons were turned against them. And as the flames of conflict engulfed the desert, the group met their end. None of the weapons survived, and so in the wake of that destruction, the status quo of the desert was restored.
That's terrible.
In the desert, it's kill or be killed. People will stop at nothing to gain the upper hand. If this happened in Fontaine or Liyue, I'm sure the perpetrators would have been prosecuted to the full extent of the law. But in the desert, no one bats an eye. From what they've told us, sounds like these kids are orphans from that particular band of eremites.
Which means their guardian is likely one of the few survivors as well.
So the survivors of the band of eremites are back in the weapon business.
Sounds like it.
Ashvapati would never do something like that. No matter what happened back then, I know one thing for sure. Uncle Ashvapati hates weapons. Sure, he's good at building things, but all he does is make toys for us to play with. He can't be the kind of person you're making him out to be. Or...
He is.
I'm sorry. All we can do is act upon the facts.
So, what's our next move?
From our interrogations, we've learned that in 2 days, the person behind all this has a meeting planned to collect the goods. If all goes well, we can head to the pickup point and ambush them. But if Ashvapati is part of this and the leader learns what happened, there's no chance he risks himself for his agents. So, that meeting might as well be moot.
Then let's focus our efforts on Ashvapati for now. If we find him, he might just lead us to our culprit. If he stole the prototypes, there's bound to be a trail. I'm confident I can track him down. I just need some time.
What can I do to help?
I work best in the shadows. The more people involved, the harder it is to operate. As soon as I've got a location, though, he's all yours. You let me handle the search, and I'll let the special patrol handle the seizure.
That does sound like the most feasible plan. I'll be waiting for the good news.
Seizure?
Hey! Don't worry too much right now. The most important thing is that we find your uncle. The rest can wait.
Okay.
Looks like I'll need to enlist your services for a bit longer, traveler.
No worries. I also want to see this through. Part 2 complete. Is there part 3 right now? I'm guessing not. So that will be for next time. I guess even if the whole event was already out, this would have been my sought after cut-off point. So let's do the usual then. Is it gonna be more drink mixing with you? Or can you finally move on to something else?
You're here? The Kuhenki are playing the lyre again. Could you play a song for them like last time?
No mixing, just remixing.
And I happen to be in the mood to hear something different myself.
What should I play? Columbina's song, but what tone? Metal. Metal. Dang, I was messing up there.
Oh? It's over already? I could listen to that forever.
How did my lyre make that sound?
As I once told you, this is the only lullaby I can remember. We have pierced through cloud and fog,
and together witnessed the answer on the moon. Its beauty is like the music your strings now sing.
You cut yourself off there.
As I once told you, this is the only lullaby I can remember.
I mean, not by much, but you definitely did.
Here, give me your hand.
It's okay! Seriously, you don't need to give us anything in return.
That wasn't my intention. I only wished to adorn your melody with a ray of gentle moonlight.
And the moon is lit once more. These are a lot shorter now that it's just mixing or remixing.
The Kuhenki seem quite content for the day. Even so, I may have to trouble you to drop by again when they wish to learn more.
I hope we get to play some of the minigames again, especially the one where you said you'd have it hard mode for me. But that was remixing. There are still more mixes to take a look at. So I'll move you over to past me. And then we'll drink to the end of this episode. Until then, thanks for watching. Good weather, good mood. A bright red hat and curious eyes peek out from behind the counter. Hearing the buzz, Mondstadt's strongest fighter has dropped by to check out the drink stand.
Huh? Is that Miss Honorary Knight? Yippee! It's you!
All the alcohol coming right up. Hey, Customer Klee.
Auntie Eula told Klee that Miss Hertha had found someone amazing to help out. Seeing you here, Miss Honorary Knight, Klee knows this must be the best drink stand in all of Teyvat.
So kind of you to say, Klee. That's the ultimate goal.
You mean this stand isn't already the best? Well, out of all the drink stands Klee's ever visited, Miss Honorary Knight's is easily the best. And no matter what drinks Miss Honorary Knight makes, Klee will definitely think they're yummy.
This time, Klee, I need you to be a little tougher on me.
Oh, you want me to be mean? But Klee could never be mean to you. Let me think. I know! I'll pretend to be Albedo! Whenever Albedo reviews Timaeus' work, his face goes super serious. And Klee can hear every word he says.
Brilliant. Then you can be Master Alchemist Klee.
Get ready for Klee's super amazing order! These past few days, I've been having such a blast with Mom all day long! It's been so much fun! Even being sent to solitary confinement couldn't wipe the smile off my face. So, Klee wants to order a fair weather frolic. Anything like a bright sunny day will definitely put Klee in a super duper mood.
Got it, Miss Klee? I'll get right on it.
I wonder what it'll taste like.
Fairweather Frolic. A soft drink you'll find at drink stands everywhere. Sweet, tangy, and loved by all. Still striking the perfect balance between tangy and sweet. Takes a practice hand.
Your Fairweather Frolic is here. Go on, give it a try.
Spits it out immediately.
Wow! So, a Fairweather Frolic is this color? Purple sky. Is it supposed to be a bright, shiny night?
Maybe it's supposed to be a cloudless sky at dusk. It's not the most fitting color. How about I make a few changes?
Clee will take a sip first. Then you can think about it more carefully. Ah, finished. Yummy! Both sweet and sour. If Clee drank this while eating grilled fish, I could definitely gobble down 2, or 3, or 4, or even 5! But one drink isn't enough. Clee wants to try a drink that tastes like cake.
Roger that. How about a cake in a cup?
Clee doesn't know what drink to choose. Why don't we decide together, Miss Honorary Knight?
Speaking of food, I hope you're getting your 3 square meals a day.
3 square meals? Clee often eats 5 meals a day, sometimes even 7.
Seriously?
Adventuring takes a lot of energy, and if I eat too much at once, I can't run so well. So, it's better to eat lots of smaller meals.
You are a little furnace. You need to be fired up all the time.
Albedo used to prepare all Clee's meals, and my lunchbox was always arranged so neatly, just like a pretty painting.
That sounds like Albedo, alright. I'd like to try Albedo's cooking sometime.
When Albedo's busy at Dragonspine, Clee goes to eat with the other Knights of Favonius. Kaya's camp is usually the neatest, while Amber sometimes camps in the trees. It's so much fun. Oh, and Auntie Hertha makes the best food. When my mom comes back, there'll be even more yummy food to eat. There's this one dish where she takes loads of different fish and makes them into little pudding cubes. It's called rainbow fish jelly.
Let's just not put fish into cake, okay? That's like the one step I don't want to take. You're making me hungry. Great food from a great adventurer.
Her Chocogo Crunchy Slices are fantastic too. It's her newest creation made with chocolate and cookies. They're a little bitter, but they're crunchy. They smell scrumptious, and they have a really sweet aftertaste. Whenever I eat them, I feel so full of energy. Next time, Clee will have to bring some for you to try.
Please do. She likes chocolate. Nobody would have guessed. Do you have any other plans for today?
Yeah, Mom gave me an amazing book recently. She said I have to read 1 chapter every night, learn something useful, and then go to bed early. That book taught Clee how to make something called propellant. Now Jumping Dumpty can go and bounce even higher.
Is that really something you should be learning?
It's not hard at all. In fact, it's a lot like making bombs. You just have to be careful when trimming it down. It's like sharpening a pencil that could suddenly go boom.
Ah yes. What children do.
Bedtime's an important part of Clee's schedule, too. Mom sits by my side and tells me all kinds of wonderful stories. She has a lamp made of gemstones, and when she turns it on, it goes kabling and lights up the ceiling.
Does the ceiling show scenes from the stories?
Yeah! When something happens in the story, the lights on the ceiling make pretty pictures.
Magic is amazing.
Sometimes Mom falls asleep before the story ends, so Clee has to tuck her in instead. As soon as Clee learns how to use the lamp, I can come tell you stories, Miss Honorary Knight.
That sounds great. I'll be waiting.
Clee memorize so many wonderful stories. Enough to make everyone happy every day.
Do you plan to eat anything else today?
Yeah, when Klee gets back home, I'm gonna eat some salted nuts while reading my book. Klee used to eat cake after dinner, but Master Jean said it's too sugary, and it's not good to eat sugary things before bed. Apparently, it makes you chubby and gives you toothaches. So, Mom got some advice from Auntie Barbie, and now she gives me nuts instead. She says they help my brain remember things better. Nuts don't have much flavor. It's like chewing on grass, but they're okay if you add a little salt.
Like salt. That sounds like a great solution. Nutritious and healthy. That candy you've brought with you looks very special.
This stuff? Mom taught me how to make it using the alchemy bench. A dash of sugar, then a lot more sugar, then some flowers from Mom's friend in Fontaine, star honey from Auntie Barbie, and finally, some magical jam from Auntie Tavia.
Yeah, that sounds very easy to make.
Put everything together on the alchemy table, wish for the shape you want, then recite Mom's incantation, and poof! Dodoco-shaped candy!
That's quite a process. What an amazing treat.
Klee can give you some Dodoco candy too if you want. And if you really like them, I can even teach you my mom's incantation. That way, you could make your own candy whenever you want.
Thanks for sharing your amazing recipe, Klee. I'll work really hard to learn how to do it. I don't think I will be able to get any of those ingredients except sugar.
If you get stuck, remember to come ask Klee. When it comes to magical candy, I'm an expert.
Klee brought some of the candy that Alice taught her how to make. They're made with care and look appetizing. I'm sure they must taste good too. From the looks of it, Klee seems to be partial to very sweet candy. What if I topped her drink with candy? It would make the perfect garnish, adding both flavor and flair. Klee mentioned her daily meal times. It seems she really likes Alice's peculiar cooking. She told me about Rococo crunchy slices. I have some cocoa here made from cacahuatl, just like chocolate. How about I turn the cocoa into flakes and then swap them for the wolf hooks? Klee can't have too much sugar before bed, so she has to eat nuts instead of her favorite dessert. That last drink contained caramel, which is way too sweet, so I'll have to take it out. Then the drink feels incomplete. Klee can't miss her bedtime, so something overly stimulating probably isn't the best. That rules out tea. Perhaps I can replace tea with milk. Shouldn't have too much sugar. Chocolate, sweet candy. Okay, it's a sweet candy. But Klee likes sweets. It's certainly a lot less sweet without caramel, but the mouthfeel isn't quite there. Perhaps there's some other healthier options that can lend the drink a little sweetness. Let's talk to Klee again. Healthy sugars. There must be some ingredients that are both healthy and sweet.
Oh yeah, Klee still wants to eat sweet things, like cake, for example. Maybe we could just go easy on the cream? Or add more fruit? Oh, right! That friend of Mom's who's always wearing glasses gave her a big bag of Fontanian Buell fruit. They're so round and rolly. Klee ate a whole bunch of those, and they were super sweet. but Master Jean said it was okay because sweet fruit isn't the same as sweet sugar. So if Klee really has to eat nuts, maybe I can just soak them in some fruit juice first?
Perfect. Klee likes bull fruit from Fontaine as well as juice. Little fermented fruit juice should help compensate for some of the lost sweetness. Got it all. Start mixing. Alright. I think I know how to improve that drink. Let me mix another one for you.
Yeah, that was quick. Klee's looking forward to finding out how tasty your next concoction is.
It will be an explosion of flavors. Explode! Oh no, it's gonna drown. Fairweather Frolic Special Blend. Based on a Fairweather Frolic, this novel cocktail was concocted specially for Klee. The original Fairweather Frolic has a purple hue, but it wasn't quite cheerful enough. So let's add a touch of sunshine and a few fluffy clouds to capture that warm, happy feeling. Sweetness is a must, but staying healthy matters too. That's why the juice was carefully chosen with Master Jean's approval, with sweetness coming from bull fruits, and most important of all, Dodoko candy. Its tasty magic has to be placed right at the center of the clouds.
Ta-da! It's done! I just know you're gonna love this new creation.
Wow! There's Dodoko candy on top! There's so much orange in this cup, and Dodoko looks like he's lying on top of white fluffy clouds. And the weather inside looks much better too.
Would you like to taste it? No, this one's just for looking.
Yummy! It's so delicious! Klee has to drink slowly. I can't just gulp it down, or I'll miss all the yummy flavor.
I picked a big glass because I wanted to see her holding a big glass. Too bad they didn't show the actual drinking part.
Miss Honorary Knight, this is amazing! It's like you mixed sunshine with juice. Klee was so tired from playing, but now I feel refreshed. And warm. And peaceful.
And she falls asleep right here.
Oh, you're the best, Miss Honorary Knight.
How about you choose a name for the string, Klee? I'm sure you'll come up with something amazing.
Really? Let me think. When the weather's nice and Dodoko's happy, Dodoko will want to sing, right? And when Dodoko sings, Klee wants to sing too. So, let's call it Dodoko's Duet.
What a wonderful name. Your names are the best. Good thing it's not Paimon's names.
Thank you! And thanks for making such a yummy drink for Klee. Klee's gonna go tell Mom that the best drink in Mondstadt right now is Dodoko's Duet.
I'm glad you like it. I passed your test, Miss Klee.
Klee's gonna write down Mom's incantation and give you a copy, Miss Honorary Knight.
Then you should learn magic too, so you can make all the candies you want. See you next time!
Welcome back to present me. After we had a nice drink on the settings, and there's one more thing that probably is worth looking at. It's the event page for where waves meet the reef. Tales of Many is, I guess, those small interactions we've been finding. And we seem to have completed not all of them, but maybe all of the ones we could. Yeah, that one also unlocks in 6 hours. There's one we did not. Okay, there's one more that can be done. Making the most of no-name sergeants. 2 lightkeepers are at the Fatui sergeant's booth, discussing the situation surrounding these muskets. Oh yeah, it's these two.
Oh, Flint and Hingua! Fancy seeing you here!
Ah, traveler. Paimon, how do you do?
Are you here to buy some stuff?
That's our secondary goal. To put it in Mr. Flintz's words, it's important for Lightkeepers to spend some time in the land of the living every once in a while.
That sounds like something he'd say, yeah. Are you interested in these muskets? Since we're friends, Paimon will let you in on some insider info. This officer here is basically selling scrap.
Oh, I'm well aware. The sign makes that quite clear.
True.
I'm interested in this particular piece because it brings to mind a picture I once saw.
Looks like a gun.
It featured several Ratniki and a Fatui officer who fought alongside them. The weapon that the latter used was identical to this one.
The Fatui teamed up with the Lightkeepers?
Also, all of these look the same.
That's not unusual. I've heard similar stories from our older members. The owner of this musket must have been a hero who stood against the Wild Hunt as well. But why would you sell a hero's firearm?
That's just how the rules work on our end. Everyone agreed to it. Whether it's a no-name sergeant like me or a renowned hero, our equipment is to be collected and redistributed once we're dust on the wind. The stuff that's usable is given to new recruits, and the scrap is sold for whatever price it can still fetch. That way, we can at least put it towards feeding the grunts, you know? Better than following them to the grave.
Huh.
A thought-provoking perspective.
I think I'm going to buy this musket, Mr. Flintz. Could you tell me a few more stories about it when you get the chance?
Just make sure it doesn't explode in your face.
Of course.
Oh, that's one more of these we don't need to do next time. So that's all the Tales of Many we can do right now. That's a lie. The fruity water is here. I'm lying. Oh, Calla Lily. I remember you.
Ahem. So what's the situation in need of mediation?
This person's been glaring daggers at me from behind since she arrived. Hey you! I'm a member of the Fruity Order, you hear?
She sounds like she's from the Flowery Order.
What a coincidence. So am I.
I guess you can eat those.
Wait, really? I first encountered the humor and intelligence of trendy Zaytun Peach in the New Tide anthology. Then I heard the legend of intrepid Valberry while I was in the Fortress of Meripede. The more I heard about your order, the more it drew me in. I've been searching for so long, but I was never able to find an actual member.
Wait, are you not an actual member?
So when I heard that the Nodcry Trade Expo was being held again, I applied under your name. And now, I finally get to meet you.
It's those idiots. Stirring up trouble again, huh?
So what I'm getting is that this guy's an imposter?
I'm so expecting the wine guy to be an imposter too.
Our orders won the expo rights several years in a row, so we announced that we were backing out of the running this year to avoid conflict. Then, this guy had to come along. A few of the other groups were looking to duke it out, so imagine their anger when someone claiming to be one of ours snatched the expo rights again.
Well, no one's made any trouble for me. Wait, does that mean you've taken them all out already? Man, I knew it! The Fruity Order's as good as they say! Can I join?
We can't make trouble at the expo. Voynich Guild rules. Once it's all over, meet me at the harbor in Nasha Town.
That's where you'll get trouble.
I see. Alright, I'll be there.
And they're just shaking their heads.
Does he not realize what's going on here?
Also, considering our smooth collaborations thus far, a word of advice for the guild. This guy has only been able to keep his head in his booth because the Fruity Order took care of any rival factions. But if there's one thing the treasure hoarders have in spades, it's sore losers. Since our order has proven untouchable so far, they're sure to find easier targets to vent their frustration on.
Children!
So look after those kids.
Huh. So this guy has been responsible for more than one conflict so far.
Guess we just leave him be. No more surprises, right? Yes, more surprises. Why? How do they keep popping up? I thought they were all locked behind 6 hours. I mean, I don't mind. It's Vaka.
What do you think?
It's an apple.
Not bad. Tastes just like back in Mondstadt.
Vorka, you're here for the expo too?
Oh hey, traveler, Paimon. I was only planning to take a look around. Wasn't expecting this pleasant surprise.
It's very fast, 6 hours. Yeah, I guess.
Out in this part of the world, even a homegrown Mondstadt apple is a rare treat.
Yes, and on that note, I should advise you that the prices are quite different from what you'll be used to back home.
Not a problem. It's a price worth paying for a taste of home. I'll take the whole batch and send someone to collect them later.
The whole batch? Huh. Looks like you've already made your money back, huh, Leben?
I am surprised Waka's not here for the wine.
Oh, and Varga, since you're looking for a taste of home, have you tried the Mondstadt wine next door? Apparently, he uses special connections to keep the import costs down.
Yeah, I've tried it. It's pretty good, but not Mondstadt wine good.
Yeah, he's an imposter.
Besides, I wouldn't be able to buy any even if it was.
We can't have the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius going around supporting smugglers, can we?
Oh, that's true. You're not gonna reprimand him though, are you?
Don't worry, I know it's Nefer's rules here. Not out to make life difficult for you. If you find yourself at a loose end, come visit our base sometime. I'm gonna get the Knights to make some cider out of these apples.
It would be my pleasure. Also, that guy selling a wine has a beer sign.
Oh, you're as generous as they say, Grandmaster.
Looks like you finally made some real profit.
Hey, don't make me sound so incompetent. Though I'll admit, I wasn't expecting to make my money back quite so quickly. Now I can start thinking seriously about my next venture.
Where do you plan to make your next fortune?
I'm planning on heading to Snezhnegrad, actually. I hear they're running low on lots of supplies because of Project Stuja. That's a business opportunity if I've ever seen one. With any luck, maybe I'll have the pleasure of seeing you there.
Hmm.
Well, good luck out there. Hope you strike it rich.
I see we are starting to hint at our next big target. Location, that is. Okay, no more exclamation marks. These are really 6-hour locked. Yeah, there's 4 more. Makes sense. Manage Affairs is our main story. We have 1 more chapter and an epilogue, as usual. And we have our rewards. Our just rewards. It's Yahoda!
Hey, nice to meet you. If you've got a commission, spit it out. As long as the pay's right, I can help you with anything. Most things. I can help you with most things.
You're doing a great job helping with some things. Yeah. This event brings us a free Yahoda, which is great for me because I haven't had a chance to pick her up on any of the banners she showed up on. But that's really all for today.
Watch and learn.
Nice pose. So, until next time, for real this time, more kid business next time. See you then.